I've read or seen somewhere that the biggest mistake we make is to believe we have time to do everything, and I don't want to sit in 30 years and thinking, wow, there's so many things I wanted to do, and I never did. So, a few years ago, I decided to start doing things that I really want to do, and just move forward with this. I would look back, maybe, when I was really, really young, right? Everything that I remember was good. It was happening around the food, right? So we would have this massive barbecues or massive gathering, like a family, and everybody was happy, eating, drinking, enjoying themselves. So I wanted to create an environment where we could do that, right? Obviously in commercial environments. So probably that's the biggest influence. And obviously, I have many mixtures, so, and I think the food scene, Brazil, Portugal, Angola, it's amazing. So I wanted to bring this to Manchester. If there was one dish I would have to pick up, it would probably be moqueca. Right? It's a seafood stew. The one we're doing here is probably closest to like the Bahia type moqueca. And it's just amazing, right? Because they are influenced from a kind of indigenous people from Brazil, from Africa, from Portuguese kind of style of cooking. You have like palm oil, you have a seafood, you have a fish, you have a coconut milk. It's just, just blows you away. You know what? I was always surprised that they would do something different, right? Every week. So everybody has a favorite dishes, right? But my mom, my grandma, my aunties, my uncles, they will prepare something different and you'll be like, wow, right? And as a child, you go through this motion, you don't like fish. And then you start eating these amazing fish dishes like, we're doing here, like moqueca. And then it blows your mind, right? So I look back to it and I love that. So not until last year, we have specialist suppliers that supplies with some specialist Portuguese or Brazilian ingredients. I think since Brexit things get worse for everybody, right? So there are challenges, and where we have to adapt, we have to maybe change the menu, change the ingredients, be more resourceful. But we're managing, so it's still okay. It's a very tough gig. It's very rewarding. I enjoy meeting new people. I really love when people, eat and enjoy the experience. Obviously, there's other sides. Sometimes people are not happy, right? But in general, kind of, I would say I'm looking forward every day to wake up, even though I'm now working 18 hours a day, to wake up and make this business better, grow our business, and really kind of, for us to do different dishes, etc. I don't know if that still applies, but a few years ago, Manchester had the biggest number of university students in Europe, right? So, that's the prime clientele for like the street food, yes. Okay? But also, I think Manchester, we've been voted the third best city in the world, right? Some ranking, yes, and that came out everywhere, right? So it's an amazing city. People want to be here, right? And when you have a population that want to explore, that want to be somewhere, obviously everything else will follow, including food venues, food vendors, etc. My wife and my two daughters. So my wife she's a head chef in here, so she's driving. Or she's preparing all the amazing dishes and helping, to build our menu. One of my daughters is working behind the scenes. She's our digital marketing manager, so she's driving our digital presence, etc. And my youngest daughter, she's helping me with running the business, really. It's hard, to be honest, working in family, because it's really hard to kind of separate this, in family, but this is a business. I think we all also had to adjust to it. They're really enjoying working here. We working to build this business, right? To go beyond Manchester, which we already kind of achieved. We're moving to Sheffield. So eventually, hopefully, the business is going to be big enough to interest them and take it over, right? It's extremely competitive, right? and it's 10 times harder than you think, right? So it's not just about the cooking, you know, the everything that goes behind the scene. It's, you know, it's that's the most important thing, the setup, right? Because you can do everything right, and there's one thing that goes wrong, and you know, you get bad reviews, etc. Also, the another thing is like, you know, people no longer come to eat your food. People want to take the pictures, right? People want to post. So people, they're no longer just looking for nice dish. They look for the experience, right? So I think that's the key. You know, we're still working on it. So whoever can manage to deliver this end-to-end experience, obviously you will be very successful. Look, you know, we've managed to grow the business from like really kind of family-run business, 4 people, to 14 employees now. We're adding third side where we actually been invited to open another Kbom. So I think, yeah, I'm pretty certain we've managed to establish our place in the Manchester food scene, of which I'm proud, because I think outside of London, this is the most competitive food scene in UK, really, right? Because you have everything in here, right? So the fact that we're still operating, the fact that we still have loyal customers, makes me really happy.